Hey there, YouTube! Got a couple phones for you. I'm going to be testing. You just adjust my camera here. So sorry about that. Here we go. I've got some phones for you. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a comparison between these three phones. Alright, as you can see, I've got the J120F, the J200F, and the J700F. So this one, if I remember correctly, is the J1. This one is the J2S, or J26, J2S, J26. And this is the J7. So I'm going to do some comparison. I found something really interesting about these phones. I'm going to show you guys in a second, which I think is actually pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start here on the left. I'm running Hardware Manager, or Hardware Info, here on this one. And what you can see from the processor here, if I click on processor, you'll see it's a revision 3 V71 processor with 4 cores at 1300 megahertz. Right, you see that? Now this one, when I click here, I'll show you guys this. It's exactly the same processor. Right? It's got exact same amount of memory. 1 gig. This one has 1 gig. You can see memory there, 1 gig. It's got the same cameras. It's got the same graphics processor. Everything is exactly the same. The only difference between these two is the screen size. And the screen size isn't really all that much. I mean, this is 11.44 centimeters. This is 11.91 centimeters. So the size isn't even that much. The only difference in this is the display. This one is an 800 by 480. This one is 960 by 540. So the difference in the two isn't that much, right? So you can see they're kind of almost the same size. This one's a little bit thinner than this one. This one feels a little bit lighter. So this one's a little bit lighter. They both have got front-facing cameras. This one, I think this one looks better though. I like this one. This one looks nice. The J200F is actually a pretty good looking one. If I compare the two, this one has a slight black bezel around it, where this one's bezel is a lot thicker. You can actually see the difference there in this bezel here. And I don't like the whole black front face. It doesn't seem uniform. This is black, this is white. Doesn't kind of look very nice. I like the uniformity of this one. This one looks nice and uniform and pretty good. Now, enough of these two. I'm going to move on to this one, the J7, and we'll show you guys the processor in a moment. There's the processor. This is an 8-core processor, 1500 megahertz, and it's got 1.5 gigs of system memory. Interesting that this one, although it's got 8 cores, it's only got 1500 megahertz. The other two are 1300 megahertz devices. So kind of interesting. I mean, then the display, what is it? HD ready? What is it? 720p resolution, 1280 by 720. 60 Hz refresh rate, and the size of 13.88 centimeters, 5.46 inches. Okay, so the pixel density there, the DPI, is 320. The other two have exactly the same DPI, 240 DPI, which is, like I said, the only difference I can see on the screen. So here you go. I just wanted to do like a comparison between these three devices. I thought it was interesting that these two devices actually are very similar, J1 and J2. Thought that was really interesting. You'd think that the J2 has a bit more grunt to it, you know, that it kind of has a better CPU or maybe some more RAM or something like that, but it seems as if it's the identical phone just with a different screen, and it's all not even that much different when you consider. The only difference I can see is actually aesthetics. This one is slightly thinner and slightly lighter. This one is just slightly thicker, and the look of it is just different. Other than that, getting the same phone. So I don't know what the price differences are on these phones. I'm guessing it's not too much. Probably not that much of a difference between these two small phones. This one I think is going to be a slightly more expensive phone. Yeah, so just wanted to do the comparisons and so you guys can have a look-see and see what the differences are between the two. I mean, hardware-wise, it doesn't seem there's much difference. So cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys found it useful. If you liked the video, please rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.